auspicious occasion of unveiling of draft IT investment policy of Goa. We heartily welcome Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Lakshmikant Vai Parsekar. We welcome Shri Rajendra Arlekar, Honorable Speaker, Goa Legislative Assembly. Shri Subhash Phal Desai, Honorable Chairman, Infotech Corporation Goa Limited. Shri Arun Goyal, respected Principal Secretary IT, Government of Goa. And also I welcome Dr. Ravi Gupta, CEO of Illets Technomedia. To start with the second day of Illets Knowledge Exchange Goa. Soon, Honorable Chief Secretary of Government of Goa, Shri R.K. Srivastava, will also be joining us during the day.
Kant Parsekar ji, who is the Honorable Chief Minister of Government of Goa. Shri Rajendra Arlekar ji, who is Honorable Speaker, Government Legislative Assembly of Goa. And Shri Arun Goyal ji, who is the Principal Secretary IT, Government of Goa. And all other esteemed delegates, dignitaries, industry and government officials who have come a long way from outside Goa and also from inside Goa who are attending this momentous conference. This conference is very, very important in the sense that today the Honorable CM will unveil the draft ICT policy of the Government of Goa. And also this occasion becomes important from the sense that more than 60 senior government officials and more than 50 other officials from PSUs and ancillary departments from all over India have agreed to attend this important event. And also the industry representative are here. There is a NASSCOM delegation who has come here, and also from many other states industries are here. So it's a great occasion, and I welcome you all on the behalf of Illets and Government of Goa to this Illets Knowledge Exchange. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ravi Gupta. To continue this welcoming, I request Principal Secretary IT, Shri Arun Goyal, to present a bouquet to Honorable Chief Minister. And I request you all to a round of applause for our Honorable Chief Minister. I also request Principal Secretary IT to present a bouquet to Honorable Speaker, Goa Legislative Assembly. A round of applause for our eminent guest on dais. I request Principal Secretary IT to present a bouquet to Honorable Chairman of Infotech Corporation Goa Limited. As soon as he reaches, he's on way. Okay. And then I request Secretary IT, Srimati Shilpa Shinde, to present a bouquet. Or I request Deputy Director Shri Siddesh Parab to present a bouquet to Honorable Principal Secretary IT, Government of Goa. With this welcoming of Honorable CM and key dignitaries and dais, now I request Shri Arun Goyal, Principal Secretary IT, Government of Goa, for an introductory address. Sir, please. Please, a round of applause for our Principal Secretary.
Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Lakshmikant Parsekar, Honorable Speaker of Goa Legislative Assembly, Shri Rajendra Arlekar, distinguished thought leaders from government and academics, distinguished business leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the third day of Illets Knowledge Exchange. I know it has been a very extremely busy day yesterday. We had sessions focused on digital India, financial inclusion, cyber security, healthcare, education, PSUs, e-governance. The day ended with a stimulating special address by Honorable Governor of Goa, and I can say with some sense of satisfaction that the summit has been well received, and true to its name, there has been debate and exchange of views on variety of subjects. Today for the first session, we have our Honorable Chief Minister of Goa with us, and he shall shortly be unveiling the draft IT investment policy of Goa. Sir, thank you very much for being part of this summit today. And for the information of participants, I would like to inform them that CM has just landed in Goa around an hour back, and despite his extremely busy schedule, he's been over here and coming almost directly from the airport. Thank you very much, sir, for being over here. Friends, Goa has always been in the forefront of adopting IT in government and providing IT-enabled services to the residents of Goa. I am happy to say that Goa was the first state in the country to provide broadband connectivity to each and every village panchayat and local body of Goa. Today we have high-speed broadband connectivity to all 190 village panchayats in 12 talukas of Goa. More than 1,200 government offices, sub-offices, corporations, autonomous bodies, municipalities have broadband connectivity. More than 500 schools, colleges already have broadband connectivity. So it's highly connected, and the broadband speeds are very good. Not only that, we have more than 74 public services which are in the e-governance mode. IT sector in Goa has been given a further focus push under the visionary leadership of Honorable Chief Minister of Goa. The state government's policies have been totally aligned with the central government's vision of Digital India. We are further strengthening our IT infrastructure by providing video conferencing facilities at various levels and having more and more IT-enabled services with focus on digitization. Friends, Goa is a small state with fragile ecology. We want to promote eco-friendly industries with focus on IT and knowledge-based industries. Development of electronic system design manufacturing, in short we all know ESDM Hub and IT Park, are at a very advanced stage of being set up in Goa. Draft IT investment policy has been formulated under the direct supervision and guidance of Honorable Chief Minister, who is also the IT Minister for Goa. I am sure that with attractive policy framework in place, next few years will witness some big ticket investments in IT and ESDM sector in Goa, and Goa will emerge as a flourishing IT investment destination. Let me also take this opportunity to accord hearty welcome to our Honorable Speaker and Chairman of Infotech Corporation of Goa. I am grateful to them for having agreed to be present here and share their views in this area. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being part of this vibrant summit and coming in large numbers for this morning session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. As now Shri Subhash Pal Desai, Chairman Infotech Corporation Goa Limited, an honorable member of Legislative Assembly, is with us. I request Principal Secretary IT to present a bouquet to Honorable Chairman, please. A round of applause for our guests, please. With this, I request Honorable Chairman Infotech Corporation Goa Limited to give an address.
Namaskar and good morning to you all. The Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Sri Lakshmikant Parsekar sir, the Honorable Speaker of Goa Assembly, Sri Arlekar sir, Sri R.K. Srivastav, Sri Arun Goyal, dignitaries, and all the professionals from the IT sector, investors, and my dear friends. It gives me immense pleasure to be here amongst you all, very knowledgeable people in the field of IT. In fact, I'm not prepared what to say, and because I had never had agenda in my hand, and I just came in and have been asked to deliver. I'm very sorry, I'm not prepared, as I was not aware about this meet, of course. But anyway, I just came to know that there is a investors forum, and I would welcome you all on behalf of IT as chairman of Infotech Corporation of Goa. Friends, Goa is a very tiny state, it's a beautiful state, and we have a scarcity of land. Even in these circumstances, we produce more than 2,000 IT graduates and more than another 1,000 IT related courses and professionals. And even though we don't find placements in a very small place, and all our IT youths have to go all around the country and outside to seek the job. But if you see the talent and the potential and the capacity and the ability, the creativity in the youths of Goa, as you all aware that Goa has got a good penetration, because the then Chief Minister and today's Raksha Mantri has put in a good foundation in 2002 itself to provide a cyber age scheme. And with this scheme, we really realize that, the output and the performance of all youths and the penetration that has taken place. Goa, if you see, every panchayat of Goa, every school of Goa, every government office is connected with GBBN, very high capacity GBBN connectivity. And this facilitates all. We could literally roll out all the services to each and every part of the village. And I don't think any of the state in India will have such a kind of infrastructure wherein we could reach to the people as far as services are concerned. And if any of the investor would like to start their corporate office or any industry in Goa, I'm very sure that the Goans will always welcome it, as Goa has got a bad name for all such kind of things. But it is because the past government which has been dealing with all the investment, that scenario is no more there. We are looking for the good investors, and the Goans will always support this kind of initiative. And the Honorable Chief Minister, when he has taken over, he has concentrated starting the ESDM and of course the IT park, which was about to start in 2006, and for one or the other reason it was delayed. But the Honorable Chief Minister, every week he takes the review of all, and is very much on I would say that the preparedness and the infrastructure creation is taken on the forefront. And it's because of that I could see a lot of investors who are anxious, or who would come in and step in Goa and would start their industry. On behalf of government, the Honorable Chief Minister will make announcement of all the facilities, all the Goa. Of course, we cannot give SEZ, because SEZ name itself is like a gali for Goa. But all those facilities, all those the things, the tax rebates and all those whatever incentives is offered in all other parts of India, would probably take up all these incentives, all these rebates, and let us see, let us work together. Please have a confidence in us. We will deliver, and we will see that you will not be embarrassed, you will not be discomfort, you will not feel any discomforts when you enter and when you step in and when you start your industry in Goa. Once again, I welcome on behalf of Government of Goa and ITG, for all the investors, let us work together to make this industry flourishing in Goa. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspirational words. Now to continue, I request for a special address, I request Honorable Speaker, Goa Legislative Assembly, Shri Rajendra Arlekar, for a special address, please. A round of...
But I am in a different role here little bit. A very good morning to everybody here. On this occasion of releasing the draft policy, IT policy for Goa, we have amongst us our Honorable Chief Minister, my friend Lakshmikantji Parsekar, Corporation's Chairman, my friend Subhash Faldesai, Shri Goyalji, Shri Guptaji, and all other dignitaries here from government, from non-government organizations, and those who have come with some intention to stay in Goa, all my friends, I welcome you all. In fact, I'm not supposed to speak, as I said earlier also, and you must have raised your eyebrows. What speaker has to do with this IT function? Why he has been invited? You might not be objecting to it, but still you have some apprehensions why this person is standing before us. It happens so that my friend Lakshmikantji Parsekar, who is our Honorable Chief Minister, and myself, both of us are representing the constituencies which are in the same taluka. And the IT hub which we have in our mind, for which we are inviting you people to be there, incidentally is on the borderline of both our constituencies. And we have been for last about 6-7 months working together for this particular project. Otherwise, I don't have any connection with IT things. As soon as I entered the hall, I just was asking, what is that E-LETS? I have heard about other E things, but what is this E-LETS? Incidentally, Mr. Gupta is sitting here, who is CEO of E-LETS. And Mr. Sinha was also here with me. They explained me what is it. We in Goa have a good atmosphere for industries. You all must be aware of it. This has been, there were some obstacles in the development of industries for last few years. But I'm certain and I'm 100% sure that the new government which has come here has promoted this environment, what we have today, to a great extent. I remember the days when I was chairman of IDC, Industrial Development Corporation in Goa. That time there were many industries who were intending to come in Goa. That time the government, again headed by Mr. Manohar Parrikar, myself and Parsekar, we were colleagues in the assembly. That time, many industrialists who wanted to be in Goa, they had some apprehensions about the tax concessions and more particularly about the labor unrest. But we were able to overcome all those obstacles that time. And I was very happy to note that time also that when Mr. Dr. Reddy's laboratories, they came to Goa, we had just allotted them land at Verna Industrial Estate just within a span of 10 days. I remember that incident which was noted by Dr. Reddy's chairman in India Today's interview. He said, I have never seen such an environment anywhere else in the country. Unfortunately, we could not continue with that. But now again, I think we have a better environment to be here, all industrialists. We are looking for non-polluting industries. And I think IT is none better than any other else. So we have to have such type of industry here. We are going to create at the proposed sites, that is one at Tuye and another at Chimbal. Some good environment is being provided by us. I welcome you, all you people from this country. Incidentally, about a fortnight ago, I was in Malaysia for my conference there as a speaker of Commonwealth Parliamentary Association's Executive Committee meeting was there. I am on that committee. So that time I happened to meet at Kota Kinabalu and Kuala Lumpur some industrialists who are interested to come in India and particularly in Goa. Some Southeast Asian people, they are also interested in Goa. Why not create such an environment in Goa which is helpful for IT industry, which is helpful for all sorts of E factors? We should, I think. Incidentally, again, I'll tell you, I'm the Speaker of Goa Legislative Assembly. And I, along with my all other colleagues, we have been able to convert our assembly into an e-assembly. We are gradually going paperless. That is just now what we were discussing when I was sitting here. We are fortunately or unfortunately, we are the only assembly in country which is an e-assembly and which we have paperless. When an MLA asks the question, we are giving him an opportunity to ask the questions online. All these questions are sent to the departments online. Replies from the departments we get online. And again the answers are supplied to the MLAs online. Gradually, in the last assembly session, we did not allow anybody, not even a single MLA, to bring paper inside the house. That is what we are looking at. This sort of environments, we are still going further. With this type of environment has to be there. And I'm very happy and proud of my Chief Minister, who has been after this particular project to come in Goa and inviting you all people here. I think with this environment, we will certainly not only one step, we will go further, at least 10 steps in the coming next year. I welcome you all here and wish you a very good stay, not only for this particular conference, but further we are looking for your stay as our industrialist here. Thank you. Very nice of you.
Legislative Assembly. So now we move on, and I request Honorable Chief Minister and eminent dignitaries on stage to launch a special issue of eGov magazine. It's a Goa special issue of eGov magazine covering major IT initiatives and e-governance initiatives in the state of Goa, including a message from Honorable Chief Minister. A round of applause is requested from the audience. In form of interviews and cover stories, a complete coverage of IT and e-governance initiatives in Goa is there, and this issue will be going to nationally and internationally to all the stakeholders related to IT and governance, healthcare, education, banking, and every sector where IT is getting implemented. And this issue will go. An online publication of eGov special issue, Goa special issue of eGov, it will also be there. So thank you for Department of IT for supporting us in bringing out this issue. With that, now it's time for requesting Honorable Chief Minister and eminent dignitaries on stage for unveiling of draft IT investment policy of the state of Goa. So I request my team to get the copies of draft IT investment policy on stage and request Honorable Chief Minister to unveil this draft IT investment policy. on this draft IT investment policy. Throughout the day, long discussion with industry people and other stakeholders will be going on, and Honorable Chief Minister will also be requested to take one-on-one industry sessions related to the opportunities and challenges discussions with industry representatives. Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister. Now, it's a time for the most awaited thing of today. We welcome and request Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Lakshmikant Parsekar, for an inaugural address. Sir, please. A round of applause for our Honorable Chief Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker of Goa Assembly, Shriman Rajendra Ji Arlekar, Mr. Subhash Pardesai, MLA Sange and Chairman of Infotech Corporation, Shriman Arun Ji Goyal, Mr. Gupta, all senior officers, dignitaries from Goa, dignitaries across the country, we have assembled here for this two-day summit which commenced yesterday. My media friends, I welcome you all this fine morning on the second day of this summit, and which has started with unveiling of the IT policy draft. As has been mentioned, it is not a policy yet, it has been a draft, and it is open for discussion, suggestions from all of you, from all other stakeholders, from the media friends, from the IT professionals who are not here, from IT students. Our IT brain engaged in Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, etc. This draft as such will be open for discussion. Your suggestions would be appreciated, would be encouraged. Those could be sent on to our website, to our director. In next couple of days, and that we plan to come out with final policy in a month's time. I believe there won't be many changes therein, because as it is, we have properly scrutinized, it has been scrutinized by experienced people. We have also taken into consideration the policies of the IT policies of the other states as well. And we have tried to give the maximum benefit to the investors over here. Friends, the state of Goa, which is a small state, is modern and forward-looking. It has impressive achievements in the field of social, economic, and industrial sectors as well, including information technology. Government of Goa is conscious and deeply concerned about the effective and optimum utilization of information technology for promoting good governance, so that with the aim to facilitate service delivery, encourage citizen partnership in decision making of the government, and make the governance people-friendly, transparent and accountable. Goa also acknowledges IT as the key vehicle for greater socio-economic development of the state. And in this context, that we are unveiling the IT policy of this IT policy draft of this government, with a special focus on setting up of strong base of IT and ITES and EMC hubs in Goa. Goa is an ideal destination for IT industries owing to its inherently non-polluting nature, attractive policy incentives, along with the excellent air, rail and road connectivity, and highly literate population and English-speaking population are the additional specialities of this state. In the morning when I came down from Mumbai, when I reached Dabolim, I was just going through the newspaper in the lounge, and I realized that one of the newspaper has carried our draft. Of course, to the first extent, I was a little annoyed. But however, I said it is not a policy, it is not a budget document. It is also not a policy yet. It is a draft made open for suggestions. And I felt, probably few of you might have come across. Only those few who could get the benefit of that paper probably got an opportunity to go through it about 4 hours before launching over here, so that you got time to think, you got time to discuss also. Few of you might have got. I would see, however, how it percolated and from which corner it went out. That is also a serious thing. Anyway, coming to it, our vision is to make a Goa most preferred destination for investors, and thereby making ITs or ITEM, ESDM or ITES a vibrant industry leading to inclusive growth and employment generation. The objectives being to create world-class IT infrastructure in the state, to promote investment in IT, ITES and ESDM industry, to promote AVGC. AVGC is animation, visual, gaming and comics. AVGC industry as a potential sector for attracting investment under ITES, to provide level playing field to the startups, to maximize direct and indirect employment opportunities for the youths in the state in the field of IT, ITES, ESDM industry, and to promote a modern, clean, green and eco-friendly working environment. As regards strategies are concerned, we wish to provide attractive incentives for companies to make investments in ITs, ITES, ESDM sector in the state. We are ensuring speedy, hassle-free clearances. We are providing youth of the state avenues of employment in the state itself. Because many of our youths, for want of job in these sectors, even they are qualified, they are graduated, they possess degrees and diploma, they are compelled to go leave the state and go out elsewhere. Making Goa an AVGC hub. AVGC is animation, visual, gaming and comics. As its rich cultural ethos and artistic traditions with a strong base in tourism and entertainment combined with robust information technology are conducive for the same. Developing human resource to create skilled and technical manpower. Why Goa, or what is special in Goa? Power and water tariff are the lowest in Goa, for your information. As regards water is concerned, we supply treated water to the entire state, and the rates for small, middle and large scale industries is rupees 30 per cubic meter, 3 paisa per liter of treated water. It is lowest for industry among all the states in the country. As regards power rates are concerned, I have a chart here of few of the states. As regards three-phase consumers are concerned, just for your information, I will make 2-3 mention. For 100 units in Goa, you have to pay 300 rupees. In Delhi, it is 300 again. In Maharashtra, which is a neighboring state, it is 466 rupees. Gujarat, it is 403 rupees. Karnataka, which is again a neighboring state, it is 457 rupees. As regards 501, this stage is concerned, 501 units. In Goa, we need to pay 1,349. In Delhi, it is 3,757. In Maharashtra, it is 4,061. In Gujarat, it is 2,345. In Karnataka, it is 2,703. For 1,000 units, Goa, the people or industry in Goa pays 3,145. In Delhi, 1,000 units cost 8,200. In Maharashtra, it costs 7,650. In Gujarat, it costs 4,940. In Karnataka, it costs 5,622. I have just given the comparative chart of this power tariff. So power and water, as I have said, are lowest in Goa compared to other states in the country. As regards land is concerned, land of course is probably the costliest because we are in possession of a small quantity of land. But in spite of that, we have made all efforts to make the particular land which we are providing for ESDM and IT park cheapest as possible. We have earmarked a land in Tuve, which is 5 lakh square meter for ESDM or electronic city, and another land at measuring 3 lakh square meter in Chimbal here close to Panjim. As regards Tuve is concerned, Tuve is connected to National Highway 17. This particular site is connected to National Highway 17 by a distance of about 6 kilometers. It is connected to railway station with a distance of about 6 kilometers. It is connected to Daboli Airport, present airport, which is at a distance of 40 kilometers, to the harbor, Vasco Harbor, which is again 40 kilometers, and to the proposed international airport, which is to come to Mopa. It is at a distance of about 12 kilometers. The rates of the land, revenue rates are fixed here by the government. And the rates in MOPA, even though the market rates may be 4,000 or 5,000, we are going as per revenue rates, and revenue rates for MOPA is 1,000 per square meter. And as regards Chimbal is concerned, which is closest to Panjim, it is 4 kilometers from this capital town. It is again connected to Daboli airport at a distance of 22 kilometers, and again Vasco Harbor, the same distance, would be connected to proposed Mopa airport by about 24 kilometers distance. And it is very much in the capital city. From Panjim it is just 4 kilometers. The rates of the land over there, market rates going on are 10,000 and more, but the revenue rate fixed by the government is just 3,000 rupees per meter. I was speaking about why or how Goa is the most suitable destination. Goa has pro-industry government and peaceful society. State government is committed for proactive support for IT, ITES and EMC. This is the greatest strength, I would say. State has a peaceful atmosphere with very low crime rate. Goa is an established destination for industries. There are about 22 established industrial estates in various industrial estates of the state. As regards connectivity is concerned, both these places are well connected by road and rail. They are connected by airport, they are connected by port. We have broadband connectivity, which has been mentioned by our chairman, Mr. Subhash Pardesai. Our state has a world-class fiber optics broadband network infrastructure in place. The broadband connectivity provides 10 Gbps connectivity from state headquarters, from district headquarters to the taluka places. And from taluka place to each village panchayat, we have given connectivity of 1 Gbps. And all the villages are, all the municipalities, all the villages are connected. As regards quality human resource is concerned, the state has 88.7% literacy rate with English-speaking population. State has a very high standard in technical education with presence of prestigious institutions such as BITS, BITS Goa, then NIT and IIT have offered to come over to Goa. Goa has also 14 skill-enhancing institutions offering various diplomas and ITI courses to the students. Besides, the state has excellent social infrastructure with good healthcare facilities. As regards our action plan is concerned, the state government is committed for overall development of IT or ITS and ESDM industry in the state with specialized focus on remote and underdeveloped talukas, underdeveloped areas of the state. To attract IT industry and development of electronics manufacturing cluster under ESDM, we have the following plan of action. The approved site of EMC is in a village of Tuve Pedne Taluka of North Goa. This site is 5 kilometers from National Highway 17. I believe I have made a mention about this. 6 kilometers from Pedne railway station and about 40 kilometers from Dabolim, the present airport, and 13 kilometers from the proposed Mopa International Airport. I have made a mention about this. And the proposed IT park at Chimbal village, which is in Tiswadi Taluka, which is close to Panjim at a distance of 4 kilometers from Panjim, is connected to nearest railway station by a distance of 9 kilometers, to the Dabolim airport by a distance of 24 kilometers, and so also 24 kilometers to reach to Marmugao Harbor. The state will ensure composite development of these investment areas with internal roads, power substations, water supply, waste management, hospitals, restaurants, and recreational activities, recreational all facilities. We have started working on this. The roads pertaining to this have already tendered and work order will be issued in next week or so. And we expect to complete all this infrastructure in maximum 6 months' time, I would say. The state government may also work in close coordination with private sector agencies for undertaking infrastructural development in proposed IT park and EMC areas. The state government also seeks assistance from Government of India in development of these areas. To avail these incentives under the policy, the applicant unit would require to be certified as an IT, as ITES, as ESDM unit by the state government and should be located in our notified areas. As regards incentives are concerned, we have proposed to give stamp duty concession whereby all eligible units will be entitled for 100% reimbursement of stamp duty on lease of land or office building on commencement of operation. We are proposing to make you entitled for 100% reimbursement of stamp duty. As regards exemption of CST and entry tax, all eligible units will be entitled for 100% reimbursement of CST till, of course, the time of introduction of GST. Then land-related incentives, highly subsidized land will be made available as per the rates notified by the Revenue Department. And as I have told you that the Revenue Department rates for two-way is 1,000 and for Chimbal it is 3,000 per square meter. All ITs, ITES, ESDM units established within the notified areas will be eligible for additional rebate of 20% on the notified rates, not the market rates again. So notified rates are first and foremost, they are most reasonable, and on that we are giving 20% rebate here. The land will be given on a long-term lease basis. The period of lease will be 30 years in the first instance, and which can be extended further up to 99 years. Lease rent will be 2% of the premium amount. Lease rent would be just 2% of the premium amount, which would be calculated, of course, as per revenue rate and after deducting 20%, which we are giving a relief as. Then land use exemption as a special incentive for the building located in the notified IT parks or EMCs, FAR of 150 will be permitted. Incentives related to power. As I have mentioned that the power tariff and water tariff as of now are lowest in the state. Besides that, the state of Goa has one of the lowest power and water tariff in the country. Additionally, the state will offer the following to the eligible units. Number one, 100% reimbursement on payment of electricity duty on self-consumption up to 12 years from the date of commencement of the operation. Single point quality power supply is assured. One-time subsidy of 30% of the capital cost for setting up in-house backup power plant, subject to a maximum ceiling of 16 lakhs per unit. One-time subsidy of 30% of the capital cost for setting up in-house solar backup plant with a ceiling of rupees 10 lakhs per unit. Fast track clearance mechanism. I would like to make a mention here that this government had notified investment promotion policy for the state, and we have already set up investment promotion board. And investment promotion board by now has already cleared about 34 various pollution-free industries by now. So also we are bringing ITs under this, and all registered units set up in the notified investment area will be reimbursed actual charges of rupees 3 lakhs for quality certification, then reimbursement on skill gap trainings. All eligible units will be entitled for reimbursement of 75% of the training cost for local employees. We want that local unemployed youth, local qualified, middle qualified or underqualified youth needs to be accommodated here. And with this view, we have made all eligible units entitled for reimbursement of 75% of the training cost for local employees, subject to a maximum of rupees 75,000 per local employee and rupees 7.5 lakhs per unit per year for a period of 5 years. One more thing, special incentives for Goans again. Any eligible unit will be entitled for a special incentive upon generating local employment in the form of reimbursement of 10% of the salary paid out of 10% of the salary paid to local employee would be reimbursed by the government. Then there are some more incentives which we propose. Early bird special for first 3 IT, ITES, ITES and ESDM units. The first 3 eligible units with a capital investment of minimum 5 crores or higher will be entitled for a special incentive of rupees 5 lakhs each. Then outstanding contribution award we are proposing. All eligible units that have completed 5 years of operation and have contributed to the growth of the state in a defined manner will be considered for outstanding contribution award of total amount of 20 lakhs per year. Then incentives on case-to-case basis. IT, all these projects with more than 100 crore investment can be considered for additional incentives for over and above stated in the above policy. Then these projects creating 500 or more employment opportunities for the locals will be considered for further additional incentives. These are some of the incentives that have been proposed. These are of course, this is of course a draft policy, and we plan to come out with the final policy within a month's time. I would request you all to go through the draft, seek for clarification also. We also request your suggestions in this regard because you are already in the industry. So your valid suggestions will be entertained, will help us to proceed ahead. Those could be given today or subsequently also. With this, I conclude. I hope your stay for 2 days. Yesterday was, of course, a Friday. Today is Saturday. The 2 days stay is being followed by a holiday Sunday tomorrow. Have a good weekend in Goa. Goodbye. Dev bare karo.
Announcement for the day.
Let me first thank the Honorable CM for a amazing speech and a very inspiring and inviting IT policy. Just to brief you the program of the day so that you are all aware what all exciting agenda we have in the whole day. The next session, the Secretary IT from Department of IT will brief about the excerpts of the IT investment policy. Then we have Rajiv Vaishnav, who is the VP from NASSCOM, who will elaborate about the role of NASSCOM in promoting IT parks and ESDM. We have then a session on building smart cities. And after that, we have the Director General of STPI, Software Technology Parks of India, Dr. Omkar Rai, who will be delivering a special address. Then, very, very important, we will have an investors meet, which will be chaired by the Honorable CM. And investors will have an opportunity to interact with the CM one-to-one and have interactions on the IT policy itself. We will have then a session around e-governance, emerging avenues, and a session on M-governance. And in the end, the closing address of this ILETS Knowledge Exchange will be given by none other than Shri Suresh Prabhuji, who is Honorable Minister of Railways, Government of India. And as you all know that railway budget had a lot of IT stuff inside it, and he will elaborate about the opportunities for IT investments, IT deployment in the railway sector. And with that, followed by that, we will have a dinner in the lawns. So I will invite you all for that. So thank you so much. And let me just inform you that this IT policy we will announce on all our websites, all our magazines, and we will promote it so that there is so much awareness about IT opportunities in Goa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. In the end, we'll also have a presentation by Disney UTV about their initiatives. So, thank you very much, Dr. Ravi Gupta. Now I invite Shri Siddhesh Parab, who is a Deputy Director in Department of IT, Government of Goa, for a vote of thanks. Mr. Siddhesh Parab, please a round of applause for the Deputy Director.
Thank you, Karthik. Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Lakshmikant Parsekar ji, Honorable Speaker, Goa Legislative Assembly, Shri Rajendra Arlekar ji, team, media present here, I would like to thank all the respected dignitaries present on the dais for inaugurating this wonderful event, sharing the state's IT investment vision, and providing their valuable time from their busy schedule to attend this event. Friends, this is just a beginning. We are looking forward to meet you and interact with you for the rest of the day. Wish you all the very best. Please enjoy the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Siddhesh Parab. A special thanks to you for supporting all these days to create the summit under the guidance of Honorable Secretary IT, Madam Shilpa Shinde. Thank you to Department of IT for all this support to us. Now I request Honorable Chief Minister and key dignitaries to kindly visit the exhibition which is being put up by various stakeholders, and then we shall move towards the tea for Honorable Chief Minister. And Chief Secretary is also arriving in the next 10 minutes to the venue. So here we close the inaugural session, and with a round of applause, audience please. Many thanks to Honorable Chief Minister for being here and inform us about the policy of IT and investment in Goa.